So now we are entering into the concept of composition, where you have a class that has an instance variable that is composed of objects of a different class. And for those of you who took the Intro to Coding class, here is Pong, right? And Pong had some regular instance variables, right? Well, let me move on down to the paddle. The paddle had some regular instance variables that were just primitive data types, like the width was just a number, the height was just a number, the speed was just a number. But when we got down here to the image, right, this call to pygame.surface, surface was the constructor, where we gave it this information, the height and width of the surface that we wanted, and then this returns an object of type surface, right? And we save it in this instance variable. Same thing here with rect, right? Rect is a collection of variables, right? X, Y, left, right, top, bottom, center, X, center, Y. And this call to the constructor rect, giving it the various pieces of information, returns a object of type rect, and we save that object here in self.rect. So we've seen this concept before, is my point, right? And so we're over here. We have our phone tester here. We have our song class that we've already made. It's done in the bag. And then we have our phone class. Okay. So our phone class has one instance variable so far. Like, this is just to show you how this works. It has one instance variable that is an array called iPhone, that is an array that can hold song objects. Right? And when we're here in our tester, we're going to make a phone object. Right? So then what is this going to do? It's going to jump over to this file. It's going to make this instance variable, this array that's empty, that can hold type song objects, and then it's going to run this constructor. Okay, and then it's going to return that object to be stored in this variable called p. So I think our assignment asked us to use the constructor to build 4 songs, or to fill this array with 4 songs, right? So if you look over here in the song constructor, well, I guess we could just start right here, and we could say iPhone sub 0 is equal to a song, right? And that would put a song into the first slot in the array, and then we're going to repeat that 4 times to fill up the array, right? And then we're going to change the index from 1 to 2 to 3. And then here, now you want to think about, what do you want to put in there? Well, what type of data can iPhone hold? It can hold type song, right? So what we need to do here is to make an object of type song. So we're going to come here, we're going to say new song, call the constructor for song, and we're going to give it the data that it needs, right? And so if we stretch this out, we could see what it needs. It needs a what is that, a title? So maybe I could say, like, one of my favorite songs, I'm Yours, right, by Jason Mraz, of course. And then we're gonna put the title, Jason Mraz, and then we're gonna put the doubles, the cost. So I could put, like, maybe it's cheap now, so probably $5.99. And then the producer, oh my gosh, dude, please. Yeah, maybe I could just do an empty string for the producer, because I don't know who that is. And then the length in seconds, ooh, let's see, so it's like 3.5 minutes. That'd be like, what, 210 seconds. All right, so we've created the song, right? And then I'm going to repeat that here, here, and here. And this one I'm just going to do A, B, C, D, and then I'm going to do, you guessed it, Y and Z. Surprise. And then I'm going to change these guys to like 4, 3, and then maybe I could change this to like 180, and then 132. Okay, so we have, after this is completed, it's going to jump on back to here, and it's going to return that phone object. We're going to save that information here in P. So now P has access to this instance variable, which is an array of song objects, right? So let's go ahead and run that. We run it, and nothing happens here, right? Ooh, no pointer exception. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did it say that no pointer exception? Say what line? Line 9. iPhone sub 0. Oh, is it because I'm not like declaring how big the array is? Let's come over here and say Java declaring an array. Okay, so we would want to say new song. Okay, so we're coming over here. Let me copy this. And then I'm going to put it here is equal to new song sub 4. Alright. And then now I can right click and then I can run it. And it runs, right? But nothing happens. Because we just created the song object here, right? So what I want to do is to be able to say system.out.println and print out the song object, okay? But in order to do this, I need to make this toString method, right? So I'm going to come back over here to my phone class, and I'm going to say public string toString, and I am going to print everything out nice and pretty like. So I'm going to return. Ooh. How can we do this? I guess we can do it with a for loop. So int I is equal to 0, I is less than iPhone dot length, and then I plus plus, and then inside of here I'm going to run through iPhone sub I, and I am going to I want to concatenate the results of the toString here, right? So I guess what we can do is just system.out.println the different song objects in the array, okay? So then it's going to come over here, make our phone object. It's going to come here, which is going to run the toString of the phone object, which is going to jump down here to the toString. It's going to roll through this for loop, scrolling through each element in this iPhone array. It's going to go to this song, and it's going to run its toString method, right? It's going to go to this song object, run its toString method, this one, and that one, and then it's going to end, and we're all done. All right, let's see if that works. So come over here, we run that. Ooh, okay. Oh, I need a return, don't I? Okay. So maybe we can have a string s is equal to empty string, and then we can come here and we can run the toString method manually, right? So I could say s is equal to s plus iPhone dub s dot toString, right? So now here's the phone object, or here's the song object, and we're running its toString method, and we're concatenating it with empty string, and then we're going to come back in, and then we're going to concatenate the toString of the second song onto S, which contains the toString result of the first song, and so on. So we're going to keep concatenating the result of toString onto the S, right? And I guess we might want to concatenate a new line as well after we do each one, right? And then in the very end, we can return S. So let's see if that works. Run that guy. Yeah, well, that kind of works, but the new line doesn't go in there, right? So am I doing the wrong one? Let's do that one. Yeah, there we go. Right, beautiful. So yeah, that's kind of a I don't know, I guess like an intro into creating an object who has an instance variable that is composed of objects of a different class, right? And that should get you going on problem set 4.